The first few weeks of a new year often feel heavy, particularly in the darkness of the northern hemisphere. It's only really when we reach Imbolc when we can begin to sense the light returning again as the days grow slightly longer and the first snowdrops appear. So, February looks set to be a month for re-emergence and for turning towards the growing light. Seeking warmth, inspiration and nourishment from gently moving with the cycles and finding peace within. It's hard to encapsulate the intensity of the chaotic rambunctiousness of energies at the moment. The fear, anger and bewilderment are palpable, and many are consumed with this. It's understandable, but this chaos is corrosive, and it erodes the soul from within if we don't step back and breathe. All beings, minerals, plants and animals are part of the oneness. Each part of creation shares a common origin. Each part of creation has a spark of the divine. There is no separation. It is only a matter of expression. Each part of creation has a mission and purpose. When you are aligned with your mission, you are carrying out your part of the divine plan. As you are focusing on your part of the divine plan, you know that every other being is doing its part. With this realization, you are aware that an important part of being centered in oneness is the way you interact with other beings. There is often great momentum in January to start new projects and to create new resolutions, but intuitively January feels more like a month for retreat than for charging ahead. This is perhaps the first year that I've chosen to go with the retreat of the darkness, to sink into January and to let go. It was distinctly uncomfortable at first, as I fidgeted and resisted the quiet, feeling like I should be boldly making plans for the fresh year. Being busy and taking charge, but I stayed with it, and over time, it felt right to be still. The stillness wasn't a void of emptiness, it was a nest of restoration and a place to rebalance. I needed to learn the art of not doing, of leaning into the quiet and letting go. A starting point is to remember that all beings are part of the oneness and carry a divine spark in their heart center. This is the element that connects you with all beings. Even though you may be expressing your incarnations in different ways, you share this common bond. A characteristic of this bond is divine love. The divine spark carries this love. The more you focus on your divine spark, the greater your divine love field will grow. When you interact with another being, you are aware of their divine spark and your common origin. You do not have to be on the same path or agree with how they are living their path. You can recognize your common origin and send them divine love. As you focus on your divine origin, you realize that you are sharing a common field of energy. There is no separation. All of creation exists within a common field of energy. We all spend so much of our lives trying to keep on keeping on, pushing ahead, trying to make life right, and trying to fix the things we feel are broken or imperfect. At the same time, we spend so much time focusing on where we want to be and forget where we are. Modern life is spent in the fast lane where our technology shapes and defines our time. It's only when we step away for a while that we begin to realize that those text messages don't have to be answered immediately. And that social media notification doesn't have to be read. Let it go. At least for a little while. Learn how to be comfortable with not doing. Every thought, feeling, or action ripples out throughout the common field of energy to all other beings. What is put out by an individual can affect the collective. For example, when you put out thoughts of love and highest good, this ripples out to everyone, including yourself. This realization places increased importance on monitoring your intentions, thoughts, and feelings. Your intentions set the stage for thoughts and feelings. They all carry an energetic charge as you process them. The stronger your feelings about them, the stronger charge they will carry. This awareness presents you with a great opportunity to be of service for highest good. If you set an intention for the highest good for all, your energy begins to align with this intention. You view all beings as part of the oneness. You begin to live your daily life according to highest good. Of course, technology is great, and it has the potential to bring the world together. But there is also the risk that we become so consumed by it that we lose sight of where we are and the world in which we all live. Letting go for a while allows us to switch off from the 24/7 bombardment of life, and this means we can each start to recenter and realign from within. So, instead of living a life determined by external forces, we are living life in tune with our hearts and souls. When we reconnect to the Earth's cycle and start to unfurl again as the light begins to return, this feels like a more natural time to think about what's next. So, instead of charging into the year, a period of retreat allows us to rest and recenter before moving forward once again. Many of us have intuitively followed such a path this year, even those in southern climes where the sun is high and bright. Retreat is an opportunity for reflection, but it's also an opportunity to rest in stillness, to breathe and to be. There is nothing to do, just a willingness to take an in-breath after an out-breath and repeat. You may express kindness by smiling at someone or holding the door open for them. You have compassion and empathy for those who are struggling. You are secure in who you are, even though someone else may be on a different path. You maintain your focus of oneness and highest good. Beloved ones, we are happy that you are being centered in oneness. Know that you are greatly loved. Oh, the spring flowers are beginning to emerge and turning their heads towards the shimmering sun. It's time for us to burst into life once again. Living with the natural flow, choosing to set down that technology from time to time, and breathing deeply into life are needed now in order to let the light of our souls guide us. We each have a purpose in life. Some spend their whole lives not knowing what this is or not looking for it. Others embrace their purpose wholeheartedly, whilst the majority touch it from time to time, but can't see how to make it reality. Of course, the latter puts us into a conditional and linear state of being. As we can see the gap between where we are and where we want to be more clearly than just being where we want to be. When we open up to purpose and we choose to believe, the dynamic shifts, and although this doesn't fix anything, it allows us to look at the bigger picture and to live our lives with more purpose and direction than ever before. So, February looks set to be a month for re-emergence and for turning towards the growing light, seeking warmth, inspiration and nourishment from gently moving with the cycles and finding peace within. It's hard to encapsulate the intensity of the chaotic rambunctiousness of energies at the moment. The fear, anger and bewilderment are palpable, and many are consumed with this. It's understandable, but this chaos is corrosive, and it erodes the soul from within if we don't step back and breathe.